I'm Sheriff Rand Henderson. I have to speak on behalf of the Sheriff's Office. We're mourning the death of Deputy Charles Rivette, who died in a car crash early or late last night. He was an 18-year veteran of the Sheriff's Office, and he has a son who works for us at the Sheriff's Office as a jailer as well. He's married, has younger kids, and we were with his wife last night. We've got grief counselors, chaplains, the whole Sheriff's Office family has come together. In the vehicle with him was another deputy. They were doing an inmate transport. His name's James Francis, Deputy James Francis, who's 37 years old. He was care flighted to Tyler, to Christus Hospital there, where he is awake, stable, talking, and I'll be going to visit him pretty soon. So he's a 14-year veteran of the Sheriff's Office, and he also is married with children. The two deputies, Deputy Rivette and Deputy Francis, were doing an inmate transport. So they had gotten an inmate, picked him up in Oklahoma, and were traveling back to Montgomery County, where they were involved in a crash. The inmate is 38 years old. He too was care flighted to College Station. He's since been transferred to a local Woodlands hospital. His charges were a felony DWI, and we have personnel that are sitting with him right now. He remains in custody. He remains in critical condition, and we won't talk much about that. We're in the process of notifying the family. We do have next of kin information. So we at the Sheriff's Office we're hurting right now. This is the first line of duty death that we've had since 1876, which is an incredible feat, but it's absolutely heartbreaking for all of us, and we're still trying to figure out how to deal with it, how to cope with this. Our staff has stepped up. We've contacted the 100 Club, and they have already committed to a sizable donation to the family. We have our grief counselors and chaplains that are available not only to the families, but also to the employees of the Sheriff's Office. We're over 1,000 employees, and just about everyone has been touched by these two veteran deputies over the years. And we remain with Deputy Rivette. The Honor Guard are currently going to be with him, and they will remain with him throughout this grieving process. So we will always continue to honor him and the family and through the funeral service. So he will be given full honors with the Sheriff's Office. The Honor Guard is a distinguished unit that is going to provide those services for us. And we're also holding post at both families' homes to ensure their privacy, to ensure that any needs that they have are met, and we'll ensure that their safety and security and privacy is honored. The DPS has worked the crash investigation in Leon County, and they're here to discuss what they can about the investigation. I just want to say that we at the Sheriff's Office are mourning. We do have those services in place to help our staff, to help the families, and we're going to take absolute full advantage of them. And with that, I'll give you Regional Director Gerald Brown.
Good morning. As Sheriff said, my name is Gerald Brown, Gerald. I'm the Regional Director for Texas Department of Public Safety here in the Southeast region. I just want to say my deepest condolences goes out to the Rivette family. We're praying for a speedy recovery for Deputy Francis as well. Sheriff, our heart goes out to you and the Sheriff's Department, Montgomery County Sheriff's Department, on the loss of your deputy. DPS has provided as many resources as possible, as available to assist with this investigation. We brought out our state and district crash team, and those guys and girls are very good at what they do. So the end goal is to find out what happened so we can make sure that a good investigation is done. Those resources were brought out last night and will stay available until we can get the investigation completed. I'm going to bring up Sergeant Justin Riz, who will talk about the details of the investigation. And keep in mind that with questions, we will take on some questions later, but please keep in mind that it's an active investigation. Even though it's a crash, it's still an active investigation. There may be one or two things that we answer, but we will try to answer as many questions as possible so that you can have the information. So Justin.
How's everybody? My name is Sergeant Justin Riz, R-U-I-Z. Excuse me. First, I want to give my condolences to Montgomery County Sheriff's Office and the Rivette family. The Texas Department of Public Safety troopers are investigating a 5-vehicle fatality crash in Leon County on Interstate 45, approximately 5 miles south of Buffalo. The preliminary investigation indicated that on February 21st at approximately 10:29 p.m., a 2009 Freightliner Bobtail, which is just the truck only, was traveling southbound on I-45, and a Montgomery County Sheriff's Office 23 Chevrolet Tahoe marked patrol unit was also traveling southbound on I-45, conducting an inmate transport. The sheriff's deputy vehicle struck the Freightliner. It caused during the crash, the front passenger was ejected from the vehicle, and after the initial crash occurred, the vehicle went into the northbound lanes and came to rest in the northbound lanes. A 2008 F-150 traveling northbound struck the ejected passenger, and 2 other 18-wheelers traveling northbound struck the sheriff's deputy's Tahoe. The driver of the Chevrolet, Deputy James Francis, was transported to Christus in Tyler by medical. The front passenger, Charles Rivette, was pronounced deceased on the scene by Leon County Justice of the Peace Jeff Carr, and the backseat passenger was also transported by medical helicopter to St. Joe's Regional Hospital in Bryan, where he's now been transported here to the Woodlands hospitals. This is a fluid and ongoing investigation being conducted by our Texas Highway Patrol troopers, our district crash team, and our state crash team. As of 9:15 this morning, I-45 northbound lanes have been opened, so traffic is back fully operational. We want to thank Leon County Sheriff's Office, Leon County First Responders, TxDOT for all their help with this investigation and closing down roadways for us when we needed it. And again, our condolences to Montgomery County Sheriff's Office and the Rivette family. Any questions?
Could the driver of the Tahoe, the other deputy, face any charges? Possibility.
It's an ongoing investigation.
Sir, at this point, do we know weather or speed, visibility, any of that initially? I know it's early, but do you have any indication that?
Again, all this is ongoing and fluid. It's a few hours old. I can tell you the lighting situation on I-45 on that stretch of roadway is completely dark. There's no lights out there besides what the vehicles are putting off.
Something you talked about a little bit earlier, that stretch of roadway is 75 miles per hour.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you say or comment anything about the speed of which the truck was traveling or the Tahoe was traveling?
Right now, that's all still under investigation. With our district and state crash teams, they pull all that data. And so since it's just a few hours old, we don't have any of that right now.
How long is reconstruction of the accident scene?
So the crash occurred at 10:29,
Yeah.
and we opened the roadway at 9:15 this
The
morning.
whole time.
So almost 24 hours. No other questions? Sheriff?
Any questions?
For the sheriff, yeah, can you give us any information? I know you said the charges of the inmate. Can you release his name, the inmate that was being transported?
We will as soon as we're able to make that notification. We've identified a family. We're just trying to make contact with them. We were hoping by this time, but we haven't been able to yet. But he was being brought back to Montgomery County on felony charges that he had pending here. So that's why he was being extradited from Oklahoma.
And just to clarify, Deputy Rivette also had a family member, a son that worked here?
He does work here. He just started December of last year, so he's a brand new employee. He was with us last night with his mother, and we're having a tough time. He was definitely strong. You know, he's going to be strong for his mother.
The inmate in critical condition, is he conscious right now? Or is he not?
I haven't been told he is conscious. He's been upgraded. They called it level 1 to critical is what we were told from the hospital. That's our latest.
And when did they leave? Oh, they were driving straight through. They didn't stop. I know it's complicated with the transport. You can't just stop anywhere, obviously, but they were driving straight through from Oklahoma. Is that correct?
We build agendas. So there's an agenda where they travel all over the country. So they this is what they do. That's their job. So they had an itinerary that they were following.
Had they stopped yet, or was this a continuous trip from
We
Oklahoma?
don't know yet.
You don't know.
Any indication that there's any video in the area that will aid in the investigation?
We might. Most of our vehicles are equipped with video. We're going to make an attempt to download that, but we haven't gotten any results yet. So hopefully we'll have that, and it'll answer a lot of our questions and yours as well.
Has obviously this deputy survived, has been through a lot. Can you talk to us about anything he's been able to say or do in the hospital? He was conscious in a lady.
He's with his wife. We had a lieutenant and a sergeant that worked with Deputy Francis that drove there first thing early this morning. They picked up his wife and drove her as well. So she's been reunited with her husband, and so they're together right now at the hospital. And I hope to join them pretty soon.
Do you know anything he's said or?
Not really. He is alert. I mean, he's awake. I wouldn't call him alert, but he's in a lot of pain. He suffered some pretty serious injuries, and he's, as his wife said, he's going to have a long road to recovery.
And forgive me for not knowing, but do the two of them work together frequently? What is the relationship between the two of them?
Very close. When you spend hours and hours together doing these inmate transports, you definitely create a bond, and these two were partners that did this together a lot. So it's obviously it's devastating.
All right, last question.
The deputy who passed, how long was he part of transport? That's a whole unit, right? If you're doing transports, you just do that just to give people an idea, right?
Yeah. They've been part of that unit for several years, so they're experienced with it. Served as bailiff, served in the jail division, so they've had pretty good careers, and part of that is transport is an excellent job. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you all very much. Appreciate it.